On this week's road trip close to home,
it's all about the experience.
We're filling up on bagels, burgers, and wine.
It's just simply the most unique and delicious burger you can get.
And then we're working it off.
We have over 20 miles of hiking trails in the park.
Hiking, camping, and canoeing.
We have hundreds of miles of roads, trails, rivers, 9 different campgrounds.
There's something for everyone on our road trip, so buckle up.
If these walls could talk.
Whoa. Your adventure starts now.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. I hope you all brought your appetite because we are off to a family-run business that's been open since 1895. That's historic, but that's not the only historical fact about this rustic New Haven lunch spot. Louis' Lunch has been recognized by the Library of Congress as the birthplace of the hamburger.
It's just a sense of going back in time.
It's all about the experience.
We are Louis' Lunch, and we made the first hamburger sandwich in the United States in the year 1900. We go back with a lot of families, 2 and 3 generations that have been eating in here, sometimes 4.
I really love the vibe in there.
It's super cool, the fact that they keep it really old school.
It's just so old-timey and sweet, and then once you walk in and you see all of the carvings in the wood.
I love the setup, the seats, everything just makes you feel like you're in a different time.
What's very unique about it is the fact that it's well over 100 years old, or 120 years old, but still run by the same family.
It goes back a long ways, and we're quite proud of what we do and how we've done it and where we are today.
It was the best burger I've ever had, I'm not kidding.
I think it's super cool that you don't get condiments. You can't pick anything. It's just, here's how we do it and here's what it is.
We offer cheese, tomato, onion.
They don't have all the fancy stuff of sauces and toppings. That's not the type of place it is, you know.
I think that that's okay because I think that's what makes the burger the burger.
There's 5 different blends, and that's why we prefer you have it try it our way.
The true purity of the hamburger comes out when you have a quality beef that's not obstructed by other flavors that combined into it.
And they're normally cooked medium rare, and we use Pepperidge Farm white bread, and that's the way they were done in the beginning, and that's why we stay true to our forefathers today.
I think it's really nice that you get to taste the pure meat of the burger, and especially with how it's cooked in such a cool way.
Put it in the rack. We cook vertically as opposed to on a flat grill. The antique broilers, they're dated 1898. They are the original. So if you were to have a burger today, yours would be cooked in the same stoves the very first one was made in. And the toaster's from 1929. That's also original.
I don't know, there's just something about Louis'. It's the charm of the restaurant, and it's just simply the most unique and delicious burger you can get.
You can get potato chips or house-made potato salad.
It's so good.
We try to keep it the same and small and simple, just like us.
If you're in the area or you live in this area and never came, I highly encourage you come.
Definitely, come and see us. We'd be happy to see you, and it'll be a pleasure to serve you, and hopefully you enjoy.
They gotta come and try it. Louis' Lunch, gotta come.
I'm getting hungry already, but wait, there's more. In New York, you already know bagels are serious business. It's a point of pride. And now you can learn how to make an authentic New York bagel in a hands-on class in Times Square.
If New Yorkers are passionate about anything,
people think it's the best bagel that they've ever had. I mean, it's a bagel that you've made yourself.
It's bagels.
And the reason that we have that reputation is because we have incredibly skilled bagel makers who roll and boil bagels and have been doing so since the early 1900s.
And now it's your turn. Thanks to this bagel making class led by New York City Bagel Tours, fresh baked, scratch-made bagels are in the palm of your hand.
You roll, you boil, you seed, you bake, and then you eat hot, fresh, delicious bagels straight out the oven.
To kick off the fresh festivities, a champagne toast topped with an everything bagel seasoned rim.
Welcome everybody to your artisan hands-on bagel baking class. My name is Sam and this is Riva, and together we're going to teach you how to make authentic New York style bagels.
The 5-ingredient dough is pre-made before guests arrive, and then it's time to get class rolling.
In class, we teach them the traditional rope and loop method, which is how majority of bagel shops around New York make their bagels. So you'll roll that over your hand and then pinch and tear the dough. Now I have the seam of the dough on my hand like this. In order to seal it, I'm just going to push with my hand through the bagel onto the table.
Leading the class is trained sculptor turned award-winning bread baker Riva, who studied bagel making under a member of the former New York City Bagel Union. Once today's bagels connoisseurs, myself included, finished rolling and pulling 12 doughy bagels, it was time to drop those babies in the boiler.
Stir them all. What you're going to do is you're going to take your bagel board, rest onto the edge of the kettle, and then you're going to confidently but not violently shimmy them into the water. Agitate them enough for them to sort of flip over inside the water so both sides of the bagel get exposed to the water equally.
The thing that makes bagels particularly unique is that they are boiled before they're baked.
Emily, Catherine, and Aiden then seasoning their doughy delights. And after 20 minutes, the big reveal.
The crew even made a special bagel for us here today. A 12.
You eat it with cream cheese lox, tomatoes and onions and all that good stuff that goes on a quintessential New York bagel sandwich.
The crispy, crusty craze keeps the New York City Bagel Tour team busy. They host corporate events, specialty bagel baking classes, and even bagelorette parties.
Everybody say cream cheese! Cream cheese!
In Times Square, I'm Jordan Kissane.
Since you'll need something to wash those meals down with, our Nikita Ramos is uncorking the secrets of America's wine history at the country's oldest winery.
Welcome to Brotherhood Winery, America's oldest winery. We're about to take you back in time to 1839. Let's go.
If these walls could talk.
Whoa.
The stories, the secrets, these wine cellars are time vaults waiting for you to explore.
So this is the Smith Vault.
This state and national historic landmark brings you 14 feet underground through dimly lit cellars carved out by hand in the late 1800s. And a collection of antique artifacts show the progress of the winemaking process.
Everything around here you see is original items that we used to use.
And this is original to the time?
Yes, so this is what they used to use, the barrel grape press it's called.
It's in tandem with how technology has developed throughout American history and is right here in the country's oldest wine cellar.
And the reason we're able to say that is because we were open during Prohibition still. We were providing church wine, so like altar wine, and that's how we were able to stay in business.
And Brotherhood Winery continues to produce and bottle its own with grapes from New York, California, and around the world. They're stored among hundreds of oak barrels that line these walls. Some of the oldest tower over your tour.
These were our original barrels that were used. That's why they're so large. The ones we use today are they only hold 60 gallons. These ones hold up to 1,000 to 2,700.
Another interesting part of your tour is sort of tucked away in the corner of one of these vaults. And behind these locked doors, you'll see some of the oldest untouched wines of this cellar. And just from the looks at some of the bottles, you can see from the dust, it definitely hasn't been opened in a very long time.
Unlock the secrets of American winemaking history through the vaults of time on this road trip close to home. In Washingtonville, Nikita Ramos, News 12.
Okay, I think we need to shift gears now and work off those burgers, bagels, and wine. So let's go explore New Jersey's largest state park, where you can hike, canoe, camp, or just escape.
Here at Wharton State Forest, you can get lost in the woods on one of their many hiking trails. You could even pitch a tent, or you could go canoeing. But first, there's a lot to learn.
Batstow has been here ever since 1766. We were founded by a man named Charles Reed. He was an iron master here in South Jersey, and so Batstow was really established to produce iron. One of the neat things about a village like Batstow is that we have lots and lots of different things for just about anyone who would want to visit the village. So if you are interested in history, we can take you through the buildings, take you on a mansion tour, kind of show you all of the historic sites here. If you're interested in nature, we have all of our trails and different, kind of spots throughout, not just Batstow, but Wharton State Forest as a whole.
So what's this room right here?
So this room was added to the house, we think, sometime around 1830. There were multiple additions to the house. So kind of the central core was built sometime around 1784. Then one part of the house was added around 1815. This part of the house, we think, was added around 1830. Most people living here at Batstow would not be in a house like that. That was very much, the one family that owned the town. They would all be in there.
And this is an example of one of the worker cottages here in Batstow Village.
So, we do all sorts of interpretive and natural events. So just about every weekend or so, there might be something going on. So the best way to kind of stay informed with us is to sign up for our newsletter.
Welcome back to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. Just walking distance from scenic downtown Huntington, there's a museum that offers rotating exhibits of American art. And the best part, your visit is free. Whether you're an art lover or a novice, the Heckscher Museum of Art is a great place to come to be inspired. With more than 2,500 works of art from the 16th to 20th century and ever-changing exhibitions, the CEO says there's always something new to see here.
We have 3 exhibitions going on right now. The Reigns Are Changing Fast showcases new pieces like Courtney Leonard's and pieces that have been in our collection for years, like Howard Dina Pendel's piece that's right behind me. We also have a show called George Gross's Stickmen, which showcases watercolors by George Gross, as well as our masterpiece by George Gross, Eclipse of the Sun. And we also have an exhibition outside called Sound Walk. So this is where our Sound Walk begins. You can scan the QR code and use your own smartphone, and then you can go around the park and learn about how the pond and the nature inspired Arthur Dove and Helen Torp.
Even if you have seen some of these exhibits before, every time you come you see something new, and you don't have to be an expert to enjoy it.
You definitely don't need an art history degree to come to the Heckscher Museum of Art. In fact, one of the things I love in the painting behind us is that there's a Pac-Man. One of the things that's exciting about the paintings in the show right now is they're incredibly colorful. Most of them are abstracts. There are landscapes focused on Long Island.
You know, for those who have never been to an art museum, especially this museum, what should they know before they come?
Well, an important thing to know about the Heckscher Museum is that we're free admission. So that's important. We never want cost to be a barrier to anyone experiencing great art.
And I love how a lot of your descriptions have English and Spanish on them.
Yes, all the text in the museum is bilingual. Everything you see is in English and Spanish.
And one of the things I think I hear a lot of people say is we don't have all day to go spend time at a museum. It's going to take forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Here at the Heckscher Museum, we're small but mighty. The museum is quite intimate, and you can definitely experience the museum in less than an hour. Enjoy the park, the playground, and the pond.
Well, it definitely looks like there's something for everyone here, so come check out the Heckscher Museum of Art. That art really is beautiful, and you can't beat the price. Well, if you're looking for an outdoor adventure but you don't want to leave the city, did you know that there is a paradise nestled in the Bronx that offers a delightful natural oasis?
Van Cortlandt Park is the 3rd largest park in New York City with 600 acres of natural areas for New Yorkers to enjoy.
If hiking is your thing, or bird watching, or just sitting quietly in nature, we have a place for you. We have forests, we have wetlands, we have a pond, the one behind me. We have hiking trails. We have over 20 miles of hiking trails in the park.
It's over 1,000 acres, is home to historical burial grounds, hidden trails, and the Van Cortlandt House Museum,
which is the oldest building still standing in the Bronx.
Deputy Director Christina Taylor says the park itself is full of so much for families to enjoy, especially as the weather gets warmer.
5 playgrounds, there's numerous sporting fields. We have baseball,
soccer, rugby, football, cricket, tennis.
And get this, you even have the chance to catch a film here at Cortlandt Park this summer. This year's theme is Enchanted Forest.
People can bring blankets or chairs if they want to. And before the movie starts, we have a DJ that will be playing music from the same year the movie was released. So all of the movies are from different years, so each week will be different.
So if you're ready for adventure, you may want to add the Bronx Park to your list.
The best park in New York City.
At Cortlandt Park, Eli Morillo, News 12.
Virgin Hotel's New York City Pool Club is open for the season. The pool is the perfect city escape where you can indulge in some poolside creative cocktails, light bites, and live music, all with unobstructed views of the NYC skyline. You don't have to be a hotel guest to make a reservation, so go ahead and scan that QR code to dive into the details. Macy's is getting ready for America's birthday. The 4th of July fireworks are returning to light up the New York City skyline. This display will be launched from barges along the Hudson River, and that's going to provide miles of prime viewing. So plan that road trip and celebrate the 4th in sparkling style. Are you a pickle person? Well, we've picked the perfect road trip. Connecticut's annual Pickle Festival is July 13th and 14th. We're talking fried pickles, pickle pizza, pickle shaved ice, pickle pasta salad. You get the picture. Well, if this sounds delicious, scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. A new immersive experience is making its way to New Jersey. Escape into the whimsical world of bubbles. Travel through fantastic landscapes filled with optical illusions and photo ops. Bubble Planet opens to the public in June at the American Dream Mall. You know what to do. Scan the QR code for early access to tickets. Are you looking for an experience of a lifetime? Well, Airbnb has redesigned a private mansion in Westchester into a Marvel Mutant Manor. That's right, the manor is decorated in 2D animation style, just like the Disney Plus series, and you can even spend the night in Wolverine's bedroom. You know you're in for something special before you even walk through the front door. I don't know about you, but I think everything tastes a little better with bacon. So bring on the bacon. Mark your calendars for the 2024 Connecticut Bacon Festival. The free event will be held June 15th and 16th at Maple Farm Park. And they're going to be making bacon everything. I'm talking about food, crafts, songs, and even bacon games. Who knew that even existed?